Happy anniversary, babe. 7 years. So far we've made it. And this is my gift to you. You're a very difficult person to do anything thoughtful for, and I figured this is one of the best ways that I could show you how much I love you and acknowledge you for who you are in my life and Rory's life and in our entire family. Life is pretty hectic and crazy these days, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon, so it's important that when moments present themselves, like moments like these, that we take time to really express how we feel, because I hope that we spend the next 7 years together as well. So cheers to us for that. So what I'd like to do is start out and talk about how we met and just honor that. So as many know, we met by being set up on a blind date against my own wishes. I didn't want to be set up on a blind date. I had no intention of even seeking anyone to date, but you had no idea about that. You were pretty much thrown under the bus as well as I was. So thanks to two important people in our lives, Tara Riley, who was neighbors at the time with my parents across the street, stepmom Beth Garrett, decided to pass along my phone number. They were pretty insistent. Now, I was going through a pretty difficult time in my life. I had just lost my sister, and I was sort of seeing someone of a serious nature, and they were moving across the states. So I was kind of going through some big losses, but I was being open-minded, and most of all, I was being polite. So one night while I was at work, I had this voicemail on my phone, and I honestly was kind of creeped out by it because it was a pretty deep voice, and this person was leaving a message for me as if they knew I was expecting their call.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No. I am your father.
Say what?
And it was you. Like when I put all the pieces together, and I was freaking out with Bobby, going, what do I do? What do I do? It's like, okay. So I think I waited a day or two, and then I called you back, and then I said, okay, I agreed to meet you for lunch. And prior to us meeting, I did cheat and stalked you on, at the time, social media's popular site was Facebook, or no, it wasn't Facebook yet, it was MySpace. And it appeared as if you were an avid bar goer in Federal Hill. And most people will think that is hilarious now because you don't drink at all or even like to go out. And the first thing that you want to do when we go somewhere is knowing when we're going to leave. And I'm the one that likes to drink. So at first I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. This is not my life. I don't go out to bars in Federal Hill. That's not how I spend my Friday and Saturday night. But I never told you that. But when we actually set up to meet for lunch, we were just having random discussion, and you conveyed that you had no interest in having children or wanting pets or having dogs. And here I was. I already had 2 dogs, and I was a prime caretaker for my 2 teenage nieces. I was very transparent about that. I don't know if this is going to go anywhere. And apparently you walked away from the situation thinking just the same.
Why do we fight?
I don't know. It makes no sense at all.
It makes no sense.
When we get in a fight, look in my eyes and let's remember this moment right now and know that we never have to fight.
But you're such a dick sometimes.
I know I am a dick sometimes. People think I'm so nice, but I'm such a dick.
Thank you for admitting that.
And you get so mad at me.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like you want to kill me.
I do want to kill you.
How would you do it?
I don't know. I poison you. I poison your cupcakes that you pretend not to eat every day and just put like enough in to just slowly weaken you.
I love it.
I would enjoy our last few months together.
Me too.
Because you'd be so weak and like sweet, and I could take care of you, but while killing you.
See, you know what I love about us? You can still surprise me. I figured for sure you'd knock me out with one fell swoop of poison, but you would extend it over a series of months.
Have you ever thought about killing me?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Sure.
How would you do it?
Wood chipper.
A wood chipper?
Yeah.
A wood chipper?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. Did you see Fargo?
Yeah? Oh, that's a bad plan. The cupcakes is a way better plan.
It is. You're right. You know what? I won't murder you.
Aww.
Then, as lunch ended, are you sleepy? As lunch ended, you then graciously walked me back to my car, which I was paranoid about because I had a Corolla that had a massive dent in the side of it, and I was incredibly self-conscious about it. And as we're walking back to the car, I saw the car that was next to mine, and it was a BMW, and all I could think is, please let that not be his car. Please let that not be his car. And we're like, oh, well, this is my car. I'm parked right next to you. And I was like, oh, this is mortifying. And as soon as I drove home, or I got in the car actually, my friend Pam is calling me going, oh my God, how did it go? How did it go? How did it go? She's like, I'm free from work now. Do you want me to meet you? I'll come meet you. I want to hear all about it. So Pam comes by my house, picks me up, takes me back to the bar. So it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then her and I are getting drunk, and I'm telling her how this whole date went. And then we proceeded to end our day at Pam and I's afternoon by singing karaoke in the car of Lionel Richie tunes, all of his greatest hits. And then I think I waited a couple days, and I decided, okay, I'll give him a call again. Again, I was sort of being polite and also just open to see where this was going. And I think later I found out, and as you recap on a regular basis, is that you didn't think that I was interested at all. Which it wasn't that I was just being very cautious, and also knowing where you wanted to be in life, I certainly had quite a bit of baggage, as you call spice. So, as we continued to date, I found out what your dating track record was, and that you dated frequently. I actually didn't go out on dates, but I had lots of boyfriends, and I had long-term relationships. Your relationships were 3 weeks, and one that lasted 3 months. So, again, didn't know where our relationship was going to take us, and I guess you really, really were interested in me and must have found me to be pretty special, because I so far came with a lot of the things that you were not looking for or looking to include in your life. And I seem to continuously do that on a day-to-day basis. So thanks for loving me and sticking with me and through our many, many adventures. So how I fell in love with you was basically because I knew there was all these things that you didn't want that you ended up accepting. And not only did you accept that, you embraced them with open arms. And that was my sister's girls. And I'm incredibly thankful and grateful for having you in my life to be able to support me and to support them, and therefore create our family from there. And you've supported me in every endeavor in my life, and from starting working out and catering, and starting a business with a chef, leaving that business to then starting my own event firm. And we've had lots of trials and tribulations, but through it all we also laugh and make fun of it all. You drive me crazy, but I know I drive you crazy. But at the end of the day, what's most important to both of us is our family. We're committed to our family, and that's the love in our life, and that's what keeps us going.
I'm easy like Sunday morning. Whoa.
So one moment I would like to recap and just to bring to light is my continuous strain of luck of getting parking tickets. So we're going to call that being lucky. Because the very first night I spent the night at your house, to my dissatisfaction and mortification, you were like, "Hey, Jean, don't you drive a Corolla?" Again, my car, highlight of my life, totally awesome car. I said, "Yeah, I do. Why?" He goes, "Because they're putting a boot on it outside." "Oh, that's awesome. Are you sure that's my car?" Yeah, they were putting a boot on my car. And then we proceeded to spend maybe our fourth date at the courthouse trying to pay all my parking tickets and get the boot off my car. So that was awesome. And that hasn't stopped. That's continued through the rest of our marriage. My perpetual rate of parking tickets that I continuously receive. Like, you can break the laws and park in all inappropriate places and don't get tickets, but me, not me, I can't get away with any of it. Just doesn't get passed. So you just had to accept that about me, unfortunately. But I think the very next probably big thing or big moment in our lives was when our milestone was my 25th birthday, and you decided to take me to France because I had a deep love of food and wine. And so this was going to be our next adventure that was going to dictate how we were going to communicate as a couple. And I would say that it was mimicked us pretty well. So how this goes is that you really like to be in control of making those decisions, and I was along for the ride. Again, this was our gift. And so we had a 16, 17-hour flight, and then upon arriving, or I should say before we even got on the flight, you got to learn how I don't like people going through my personal items. So you saw that I had a very short temper with the airport security, and I was not a big fan of them going through my stuff. So that pretty much kicked off our traveling experience.
This is the best birthday present.
It's good to get away. You know, we haven't been to Laguna without the kids in years.
I know.
If we're happy, they're happy.
Yeah. I mean, I can't take it with the hormones and the crying and doing my homework.
Them's little bitches.
Little bitches. Bugging us for shit all the time. And they never appreciate anything.
No, God, no. They're selfish assholes.
Oh, I feel bad. I love them.
I know.
I miss them already. Should we go home?
Nah.
Then upon arriving into Paris, and we took the train in, you wanted to be taking the scenic route. You wanted to take the scenic route in, which we had all the time in the world. I was in no rush to go anywhere. However, we got off the train a little too early, and we ended up schlepping our luggage, which was quite a bit, through, I would say, maybe a couple miles to our hotel, and I was not that happy.
I've always heard about people having a conniption, but I've never seen one. You don't want to see them. My wife's face split. The skin and hair split and came off of her face so that there was nothing except the skull. And orange light came out of her hair, and it lit all around, and fire shot from her eye sockets and began to burn my stomach. And she said, "Where did they get chocolate cake from?" And I said, "They asked for it." And the children who had been singing praises to me lied on me and said, we asked for eggs and milk, and Dad made us eat my wife sent me to my room, which is where I wanted to go in the first place.
So I would say that I learned to accept that a lot of things that Brad plans don't necessarily go my way or set up for convenience, but I love you anyway, and I still had the most wonderful time on our trip, but that definitely set the tone for, it was definitely, we survived that together, but we also had a good time, and that's the basis of a lot of the common ground that we have, is that we like to experience new things together, and we are pretty good travel partners at the end of the day, despite any arguments or bickerments.
Gortz is the right-hander, Will Holman the lefty.
Gary?
Yeah. Oh,
Gary.
come on. Really?
You got 3 lemons.
What my baby wants, my baby gets. You know that.
No, but I wanted 12. Baby wanted 12.
Why would you want 12 lemons?
Because I'm making a 12-lemon centerpiece.
So no one's actually even eating them? They're show lemons?
Yeah, they're just show lemons. Shown in the center of the table. I'm glad you find that amusing, but I cannot fill a vase with only 3 lemons.
Well, can't you just use, like, maybe a drinking glass?
I could use a
Well, you
drinking...
can have a smaller version of a centerpiece.
I'm not gonna use a drinking glass for our centerpiece.
You know what? I got an idea. Why don't we go ahead and scratch the centerpiece idea altogether? Because the chicken that burnt my mouth could maybe use a little bit of lemon on top of it. Guess what? Now we made a better meal versus something visually nice to look at.
What are you doing? What's happening here? What are you doing? What are you doing?
I had such a long day on the bus. I need a little bit of downtime. My feet are killing me.
Come on, my feet are
I'm
killing
exhausted.
me too. I worked all day. Went to the market. I cleaned this entire condo, and then I've been cooking for the last 3 hours. Come on, help set the table.
Sweetheart,
What?
you've done such a great job already. Why don't you want to finish it yourself and have that personal power, that accomplishment?
Set the table.
Listen to me. Do you think that when Michelangelo, right, was painting the 16th chapel, that he said, hey guys, you know, I did pretty good on the first 15 chapels, but why don't you help me design this one? And maybe you could help me, give me a brush, and you guys can grab brushes and we can all make a great chapel. No, he didn't. And you want to know what the results were? A masterpiece.
Okay. It's the Sistine Chapel, not the 16th. And I bet when Michelangelo asked for 12 brushes, they didn't bring him 3.
Yeah, okay. All the talking is really starting to drain me, and now I'm gonna have to watch the highlights later to see what I missed.
We've had lots of trials and tribulations and lots of adventures. Our life has been an adventure, but we've persevered and we stick through it and we stick together and we are committed to one another to sit down, to always talk things out and to work through it and find a solution. So that is why I know that I'm going to spend the rest of my life with you beyond these 7 years, because we are able to do that and so much more. And I am so appreciative and grateful for that type of partnership that you've been able to give me in life as my best friend and my lover. And I know you love that. So no matter what happens, I know you're always by my side and on my side, and I'm always on yours. No matter how upset we get with each other, it's just a part of life, but I know I can always be myself, and thank you for always letting me be myself.
Hey,
What are you doing?
going to the bathroom.
We're all downstairs waiting for you. You've been up here for a really long time now.
Oh, I'm almost done. I'll be done in a second.
Charlotte just did her first flip on the trampoline and she landed on her feet. She was really proud of herself.
Oh, that's great.
And you missed it.
She'll do it again.
It's the 4th time you've gone to the bathroom today.
Give me a break.
Why is your instinct to escape?
It's not my instinct to escape from you. It is my instinct to come into the bathroom when I need to go to the bathroom.
Do you want me to hook up cable in here or something? You need DirecTV?
Well, it's probably too late for this dump, but you know what? If you could do that for the next one, I'd be psyched.
How come I don't smell anything?
It's because I shoved an Altoid up my ass before I came in here. I mean...
Let me see then.
What?
Let me see.
No, I'm not gonna let you see.
You're not gonna let me see because you're not taking a poop.
I've been flushing as I go.
You're flushing as you go. Who takes a half hour to go to the bathroom?
John Goodman. Don't press enter. I'm not sure I want to make that move.
So a little bit more elaboration here on the 7-year itch. The 7-year itch can be analyzed quantitatively. Divorce rates show a trend in couples that, on average, divorce around 7 years. Statistics show that there is a low risk of separation during the first months of marriage. After the honeymoon months, divorce rates start to increase. Most married couples experience a gradual decline in the quality of their marriage. In recent years, around the 4th year of marriage is when that occurs. Around the 7th year, tensions rise to a point that couples either divorce or adapt to their partner.
Just fake it. Do you see this smile? I'm dead inside.
I'm not in love with having sex with the same person after 10 years, okay? I'm just trying to make it work.
We're doing great, and we're en route to continuously doing great, babe. It's looking good. The connection between the emotional and psychological aspects of love have been heavily studied. The parts of the... Sorry. This is now our life now.
That's Gary on the kick drum. Go. And Gary in the house. Come with the kick drum. Come.
I'm just not really the kick drum kind of guy. I'd rather be just a listener and enjoy all the banging that he's doing. And
you know what, Gary? That's your prerogative. That's your right to listen. Meantime, I gotta talk to Brooke about something. It's called the bass line. Excuse me. Good, Carol. Good, Brooke. Yes, Dennis. Totally awesome. And tank. Move yourself. You always live your life, never thinking of the future. Prove yourself. You are the move you make. Take your chances, win or lose. See yourself. Your every step you take. You, and that's the only way. Shake yourself. Your every move you make. So the story goes.
Thank you so much.
Okay, good to see you.
Okay, good night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Thank you. Nice to see you. You too.
Thanks, Brookie.
Oh, honey.
You're still my favorite singer.
Oh.
Love you, sis. And I'd love for you to come to a live performance of the Tone Rangers singing live. That's something you'd really enjoy.
It was good seeing you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're okay. You're okay. I know. It's hard life. It's a hard life. You fall down. You get up. It's okay. Can you say hi to Daddy? You want to say, you say hi to Daddy in there? Say hi, Dad. Hi, Dad. He doesn't want to see your nose. He does not want to see your finger in your nose. Oh, is that your gift? Nope. Can we get that out of there? Can we say hi? Can we say hi? Can we say hi? Yes? No? Okay. No. I know it's going to make you warm up.
You can't smoke, you're pregnant. You've been doing so well.
You're pregnant?
No effing way. I don't want another sister.
I don't want her as a sister.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It just slipped out.
Are you pregnant? Since when are you pregnant?
Since when do you care? You don't even want another baby.
You have no idea what I want.
I want an Asian baby.
We're not gonna have an Asian baby.
Yes, we are.
They're not Asian. Sadie.
We'll buy one.
Shut up, Charlotte.
You shut up.
Shut up, Sadie.
Shut up, Charlotte. Shut
Okay,
up.
Sadie, shut up.
Shut up, Charlotte. Shut
Okay,
up.
stop saying shut up.
You're pregnant? Since when are you pregnant? When did you find out?